Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're exploring a truly captivating subject, which is the world's blue zones. Blue zones are areas in the world where people have a remarkable number of centenarians, which are individuals who live to be 100 years old with fewer age-related illnesses. In this video, I'll speak about the common traits of these blue zone areas and why people live so exceptionally longer lives there. But I want to analyze this information from a perspective of personal development, simplicity, and perhaps even spirituality. Let's go. As I explain what makes the blue zones unique, I'll focus specifically on the island of Okinawa in Japan and Sardinia in Italy. Japanese people, by the way, and their culture specifically, which I visited, have always intrigued me, and I really like them. I don't know, something very unique about them. In Okinawa, for example, the average age of death is 7 years after the general average. So these people live on average 7 years longer, which is a lot. So all the blue zones have 5 traits that make them stand out compared to normal society. And I'm going to dig a little bit into each one, but for now, the 5 traits are diet, activity, social connections, stress management, and purpose and mindset. Purpose and mindset are like the 5 that are together. So this means that these 5 traits in your life are what decide how fast you grow old or how young your body actually can be. About diet, all blue zones had a natural diet. In Okinawa, they noticed that people eat slower and they don't really eat to be full. The diet consists mostly of vegetables, obviously, tofu, and sweet potatoes. And occasionally they also had some fish or very little meat. And this says a lot about vegetarians, by the way. If you remember, we already understand that the proper type of diet, which is eating very little and eating things that are easy to digest and not hard to digest, with less sugar and with less salts and with less bread, usually creates longer existence. Of course, the only method that people really found scientifically proven to extend life is with caloric restriction. So we understand, for example, in Okinawa, that people eat very slowly because eventually the receptors of the stomach say that they are full a little bit quicker. And that means we eat slower. Usually it takes about 15 minutes for the stomach to tell the brain, I'm full. If you eat slower, that happens actually faster. Second trait that we see in blue zones is mild physical activity. So in all blue zones, physical activity is integrated into daily life rather than being a structured routine. Okinawans, for example, engage in activities like gardening, walking, and traditional exercises. That means that they're maintaining an active lifestyle well into their later years in life. In Sardinia, for example, everything is on a steep mountain. So people need to walk up and down lots of stairs. So people have to go to the market, they want to visit each other. All of that, they have to go up and down stairs. Our bodies have been created to move around, not to be in peak physical shape and running marathons, but to use all the muscle groups and not just sit around like a couch potato and drive everywhere. I also see this in breatharian initiations that I hold. People who are in good physical shape have an easier time during the initial detox. The third trait in blue zones is social connections. This is a funny one because a lot of people that follow me were kind of like loners or introverts. So a strong sense of community is also crucial to last longer in life. Okinawans, for example, they're known for something that's called muai. It's a social support group that provides emotional and practical support throughout life. This is different from other places in the world where a lot of older folks, they don't really have anybody else, and usually they're kind of like deserted by their kids. So it's an interesting concept to understand that we need society, we need other people in order to live longer and to be happier over time. Now, I know some of us are a little bit out of society for various reasons. But don't forget that the people in our lives help us grow and they mirror our decisions. So it's about staying in touch more, it's about playing more, and it's about the togethernessness that brings more purpose to life. And this brings me to trait number 4, stress management. The researchers of the Blue Zones noticed that all of these locations were away from large cities. Surprise, surprise. What does that mean? It means less pollution, it means less police cars, it means less crime, it means more nature, better air, significantly less stress, less TV, and probably less toxic individuals. Stress creates many issues in our bodies. People lose their hair, they can't sleep, and the cortisol, which is the stress hormone, is released into the blood. It shortens our memory and it activates our primitive fight or flight responses, which are the opposite of what we're trying to attain. Attempting to live a stress-free life isn't really possible. Life and creation has its plan, and we will endure life's challenges. However, there are 2 things we can do. We can try to live or set up our life to be in a place that has less stress, and we can work on ourselves to be in more acceptance of the things that we cannot really change. The last trait of people who live much longer in the Blue Zones is purpose and mindset. And this is something that I really like. In Okinawa, for example, they don't really consider themselves retired like people in the Western Hemisphere do. They call it something else that is more like second life begins. They keep themselves busy all the time. They have a small garden. They usually have a community of friends. They meet up, they laugh, they read together. They meet, they sing, they play. So, what can we do with this information? Remember, it's about diet, activity, social connections, stress management, and purpose and mindset. You want to see what is missing in your life, and you want to plan a course to change it. The longer we wait, the older we are. So the time will change, will always be right now. You might have all the excuses in the world, but it will always be right now. Thanks for joining me on this exploration of the Blue Zones. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insights on health, wellness, and spirituality. Until next time, stay healthy and keep striving for a longer, happier life. Namaste, my friends.